Someone once said, "I've never had bullets fly by my head, but I've experienced freedom because of men who did." Forever thankful to every veteran's sacrifice. This is Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Finally, a podcast 100% about veterans. Looking at veterans making a difference in the veterans community. We'll help veterans and we'll spotlight veteran-owned businesses and businesses that support and hire veterans. Plus, guzzle down some amazing coffee. Welcome to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Now your host, Tree McLean.
Hey, good evening. Hey, there I am. How y'all doing this evening? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let's have a guest tonight. And once again, at least he called. He called and canceled. You could hear the surf rolling in the background. You could hear the seagulls flying overhead. So I hope he's enjoying this Sunday. But he was clearly enjoying himself, and I don't blame him. Hey, he's a veteran. Why not? You having a good weekend. Who wants to be on a podcast, right? Right. I do. I love being on a podcast. So hope everyone had a great week and a great weekend. So this weekend was the Vow 22 Gala. Vow 22, there's the flyer right there. It was Saturday last night. Oh, I so wanted to go, but it's an hour and a half drive for me. And it's some people, it's nothing, but with my leg condition, my legs start cramping up just 30 minutes of driving, and it's miserable. And once I get there, I'd be sitting down, wouldn't be able to talk to people or walk around and everything. And then I'd have to turn around and drive home an hour and a half. So it just wasn't a thing for me to do. So I didn't go. I was sick that I didn't go. But they had a sold out crowd. I think they raised over $100,000. And I had talked to some people that was there. They had a really good time. So Friday, I had an interesting day. So Bailey had school on Saturday, but Friday, I had a board meeting at LBJ. We had our focus group meeting. I'm on the Patient Family Advisory Committee at LBJ, which is out of the Harris Health System, which is a county hospital, but it's like one of the top hospitals in Texas. I mean, the service is just unbelievable. I go there for wound care. I mean, they'll take your insurance. Oh, yeah. But I tell you what, there's no wait. How many of y'all go to a doctor's office and wait 30 minutes to see your doctor, or wait an hour? The last time I took my mom to the doctor's, it was an hour wait. I have a 5-minute wait at the most. I go to the wound care center. I'm out of there in an hour, less than an hour, But I mean, the service is unbelievable. Last time I was in the hospital, I was in there. I mean, the food's delicious. I mean, they're constantly on you. I mean, I actually got sleep there, But the hospital is great, and I love volunteering there. And they actually saved my life in 2004. I had a bad leg infection once again. I caught it while fishing. But so we went to the meeting today, and that Friday, and they allowed me to bring Bailey with me. So they're allowing me to bring Bailey, my service dog, to meetings and so forth. I don't take her to appointments, and it's my choice because I have an open hole sore in my leg. And I really don't want any other infections in my legs. I don't want any Bailey's hair floating through the air and landing on my leg. I don't want that. I want to stay out of the hospital. 3 times is enough in 1 year. So here we are at the hospital with some. This is a member from the PFAC committee. She's an architect, I believe, from the company. They're building a new hospital, and we're having discussions on how we're going to set up the hospital and so forth. Of course, and there's Bailey right there. She did really well. Here she is downstairs, and we're leaving. That's the head of LBJ. There's a statue they recently brought in. She was an awesome dog on Friday. So Saturday, here she is once again. At the Rescue for PTSD. There's her organization. That's rescueforptsd.org. If you're a veteran and you're dealing with PTSD and you're in Texas, they have veterans that are driving in from all over Texas into Tomball for the training. Of course, there's a long wait if you're waiting to get one given to you. the rescueforptsd.org will give you a service dog. You know, there's a long waiting list, but they do supply trained service dogs to veterans. But what's neat is you can go there with your own dog and they'll train you to teach your own service dog. And Bailey and I have been going there almost probably a year now, a little over a year. We probably would have been done with our training if it wasn't for my health. Because one of the last tests you got to take is a public access test, and it's 30 to 40 minutes of straight walking. And some people that's easy, but I'm still struggling getting back into shape from my last hospital stay. So, and you have to, as a handler, walk her in the test. So I'm working on it, you know. But so Saturday at school, this little girl right here is a high school student, and they have students that come in and work with your service dog if you're disabled, or if you're there. You know, the organization has dogs that they're training for other veterans, and they have veterans coming in and working with them that are on the waiting list to get a dog. They want to come in and they want to work with their own dogs and so forth, because a lot of times they'll try and help the veteran find a dog, because not all dogs will work. You know, you can go in with your dog and they're going to test it and so make sure it's going to be a good dog to work and so forth, and they're going to check the dog's temperament and so forth. But they'll help you choose the right one. Of course, Bailey, her parents are hunters, so they're trained. I mean, it's in her family bloodline. They're trained dogs. So, of course, she's going to be easier to train and so forth. So, if you get a dog that's got a background and that's trained, you know, it's a trained dog, of course, the dog's going to be a lot easier to train and so forth. So, Friday, Saturday was a great day for Bailey. On the way home Friday, we stopped at a store called Top Brass Military Surplus, and they have this stuffed dog. It's fake. And Bailey saying, I had took a picture of Bailey next to it, and I had a photo on social media saying, Dad, do you really think this is a real dog? You know, but I thought it was funny. But that's a Top Brass Military Surplus. I went in there and got a new pouch for her harness that holds my business cards. It holds my the American Disability Act cards, and also has a zipper pouch for poop bags, because I don't want to hang the little poop bag hanger off of her harness. You know, it looks stupid. So tonight, since I don't have any guests, I'm bringing up something different. I'm bringing up all my future guests coming up, and I do have quite a few coming up and some really interesting ones. But real quick, if you look at the bottom here of the screen, you'll see Veterans Crisis on crisisline.net, dial 988, press 1, or text 838-255 if you're struggling in life or excuse me, you know, contemplating suicide, you know, which I don't want you to do. I want you to get the help. And there's a help out there to get. Also, if you're struggling financially or struggling finding a place to live or a job, you can go to combinedarms.us and sign up with them, and they'll help you out as well. Once a month, they have a deal called Vet Connect, and it's a bunch of the organizations set up where you can go in there and talk to them, each one. If you don't want to, you know, sign up and go through all the other stuff, you just want to go there and talk to them, you can do so. They're in downtown Houston, and it's a great organization. I believe there's some other locations around the country as well. But they'll help you find what you need. They really will. And if you don't want to go through them, you can contact me, Tree at patriotknifecoffee.com. Ask me any questions you need, and I'll find you the help. I will. I don't want you to do anything foolish. Please don't. I don't want to go to any more funerals. I hate funerals, you know. In fact, I very rarely go because of my health. I just can't stand up that long and so forth, so I don't go. But hey, let's get on to something else. Real quick. Let's bring this up. So a future guest I'm planning on coming up. I'm gonna post this up here. I don't have a picture of him, but he's the son of a World War II veteran. His own son fought in Iraq in the Army, and he's a Gold Star recipient, Vietnam veteran. He's a retired special agent with the Department of Justice, and I worked with him too. And I mean, he was a very smart man. Oh man, was he? He was a great agent, really was. Back when it was a better DOJ than it is today, I think. But I'm going to be interviewing him because he's involved with the Katy VFW Hall and they have a military museum out there, and he's a curator for it. So I'm going to go talk to Bob, and I'm actually going to see if we can get his son on as well, because his son's a veteran, you know. So or he might even still be in. I don't know. I don't know the story behind it, but I know his son served in Iraq. So that's his information at the bottom coming up. I don't have a date for Bob yet. I was scheduling him back when I was going to go in the hospital, and I never did. So I will get him signed up soon. Next person I'm going to have on soon is another Bob. You might know this man if you're from the Houston area. Another Vietnam veteran, Bob Gebhard. He's very active volunteer. I mean, he's been out of the, he served in Vietnam. When he got out, he continued serving us and volunteering through the Rotary Club and through your VFW post, American Legion post, and so forth. He's on the Honor Guard. He's part of Operation Turkey, which is feeding thousands and thousands of people in Houston, or homeless, or low income and so forth, for this Thanksgiving. He's going to be running the location over in Pasadena for people to pick up their turkeys and delivering them and so forth over in that area. Bob's an awesome guy. He volunteers with everyone. I mean, every military event in Harris County you see him at, he's always helping out. He's a great guy. He and his wife go to all of them. In fact, I saw him last Friday night at the American Legion Post 654 for their annual steak night, or for their monthly steak night, I should say. That's Hector Garon's American Legion Post, and we had some great steaks, and we had some great times talking with Bob and so forth. Bob loves dogs. He babysits for veteran Tim Stroud, if you've heard of him. He's got a service dog named Colton. So whenever Tim's out of town, they watch Colton for him and so forth. They said, "Oh, we'll volunteer Bailey, and we'll volunteer to babysit Bailey too." But so I'm gonna have Bob on soon. He's also over the Rotary, the Veterans Rotary Club here in Houston. So he's coming up. And then I'm going to be, let's see here. Let me change pictures here. This Tuesday morning, next Tuesday, I'm going to have this man on. Let me look and see how to pronounce his name again. I don't want to ruin his name. Charles Bischoff, Bischoff is his name. And I'm going to have him on. And where did I put his information? There it is right there. Bob is an Army veteran. He's a veteran employment coordinator, recruiter, mental health advocate for the Conroe, Texas, Montgomery County, Texas area. So we're going to hear his story and what he does for veterans. He's going to be on this coming Tuesday morning. So it'll be nice to talk to. Then we have next Friday. I'm thinking about doing a live podcast next Friday morning at 11. I actually have this one scheduled for next Sunday night, but I have so many guests coming up. I might have this lady on Friday for a live podcast. Let me bring up her picture right quick. There she is right there. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a good one. You're like, oh, who's that? I'm actually going to have on Janice Moreno. She's my new co-host, Army veteran. And she's going to be co-hosting this one with me, with this lady. It's Robin Phoenix Johnson, retired Lieutenant Colonel of the U.S. Army, and now a comic. She is the CEO of Best Medicine Brigade, and her website is bestmedicinebrigade.com. She also has a YouTube channel as well, and she is funny. Now, I have to say, because of my health issues and the pain and suffering I go through, it takes a lot for me to laugh. I don't laugh at many comedians. I mean, I was recently watching America's Got Talent, and they had a comedian in the running, and I never laughed at him once. I mean, I laughed at his look more than his but I laughed my butt off of this woman. She talks about our military service, her being a woman, a mother, and everything, but she's real funny. So you can go to her website, bestmedicinebrigade.com. So let me tell you a little bit about herself. She served 26 years, 6 years in the National Guard, 20 years in the Army. And her new mission is healing people, organizations, and community through hilarious humor. That's right. I said hilarious is in healing. She is a member of the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor and a certified humor professional. She combines her advocacy for comedy as a mental health wellness strategy with helping veterans and military spouses get performance opportunities. She performs and produces comedy all over the country with her company, Best Medicine Brigade. And once again, that's www.bestmedicinebrigade.com. She resides over in Charleston, South Carolina area and is an active volunteer with the VFW, American Legion Post, Armed Services Arts Partnership, and Military Women's Memorial. Robin Phoenix provides shows with relatable humor about motherhood, serving in the military, marriage, and growing up in a small town. She also speaks regularly at the about mental health benefits on the applied use of humor with specific focus on the veteran and military community. Robin was voted Best Charleston Comic in 2022, first place winner at Electric Palm 2022 competition, and currently a semifinalist at Comedy Cabana's open mic competition. Well, sure to go check out her website, and on there's links to her YouTube channel. There's one on there. She's actually talking at the Comedy Cabana at Myrtle Beach, and I was laughing my ass off. She's funny. She's a very funny woman. And to top it off, she's Army. Yeah. So I'm actually trying to get more veterans on that aren't just Army. Okay, I really am. So, of course, Bob Gebhard's Navy, Hector's Navy. I was going to have a Marine on today, but I think he's doing a share of drinking on the beach somewhere, which is good. That's a good thing. Of course, I had David Vincent on of the Marine Corps and Joshua Baker of the Marine Corps. But I'm working on some Air Force veterans coming on. So let's see, Tuesday after next, I've got another female coming on, and let me see here. Let me find her real quick, and that's Colleen Forsyth. And where's she at? There she is, right there. And she freelance healthcare worker. She's got a website. Like no BS for the veterans, no bullshit for the veterans. She's been through her share of it and everything. So she's going to come on, talk about her story. And I might bring on a headhunter that day that's a veteran that does corporate and recruiting and so forth as well. But we're going to have her on Tuesday after next. And Air Force veteran. And then also, I've got an author coming on that I'm still waiting on to set up a date on. Where's she at? Amanda Huffman. And I don't have a picture of her, or do I? No, I don't. And she's an author. Recently wrote a book, and she's all about women's military and so forth. And once again, I'll have Janice on speaking with her. And she's got a podcaster. She's got Women of the Military podcast as well. So that's what's coming up. I'm excited about having Robin on. I can't wait to have her on. She's hilarious. She's funny. She was at Fort Hood performing, and someone gave her a bag of my coffee. So she's already had my coffee. But she'll be drinking it that day, I'm sure. I'll set her up. But that's about it coming up. I don't want to go too far into it. But once again, let's not forget, Veteran Crisis Line, dial 988 and press 1. Please don't do anything foolish. Please don't. There's plenty of help out there. We'd be more than happy to help you. Okay. And one more thing. Our sponsors. We have PatriotKnifeCoffee.com. Use discount code PODCAST. Receive 20% off your order. And of course, CharlieMikeMilitaryApparel.com. Use the discount code CharlieMike and you'll get free shipping. So I'm planning on not New Year's, but Veterans Day come November. I'm working with, I can't remember his name, Coach Cap, Lawrence Blackwell. He was on a couple weeks ago. He's a coach, boxing coach at TSU. He's a retired Army officer, and he's coaches veterans at Combined Arms on boxing. He's got an event coming up, Veterans Day weekend. It's a boxing event there. So we'll be set up there for a while that day, and we're going to do a podcast and talk to Ray Mercer, his special guest. He's a well-known boxer. That's coming up in November. But then Veterans Day weekend, I'm going to do a special through Patreon Coffee. It'll be free shipping that day too, so that'll come up. But that's about it, I guess. And we thank you for listening. Oh boy, do we thank you! And I really, this show is doing me a lot of good. It's giving me something to do and keep me busy, getting my mind off of my health, and giving me something to do. I mean, I couldn't do it without. I couldn't do it without this. I mean, it's really keeping me going. It's a really great thing. I wish I'd done it 2 years ago when I wanted to, but I didn't. So I'm gonna start setting up a third camera soon too. It's gonna be the Bailey cam, so that y'all can check out Bailey sitting underneath the desk as well. Yeah. So where's she at? Bailey, come here. Come here. Come here. She's sound asleep. She's like, no, leave me alone. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm pre-recording this. It's gonna come on 7:00 tonight, but we are headed over to Collins Park over in Spring, and we're gonna go see the softball games with Jeff Gonzalez for Lone Star Warriors Outposts. If you're a veteran and you want to play softball, check them out. Lone Star Warriors Outposts. And let me see. I think I got there. It is right there. There it is. Lone Star Warriors Outpost. Janice is she's a coach for him as well. She does a co-ed coaching. And of course, her brother, Jeff, runs the organization, Jeff Gonzalez. And along with his wife, Marisol Gonzalez. Marisol's a veteran as well. And we're actually working on doing, and that's another podcast. Duh. Yeah, why not bring that up? We're going to have a podcast called All in a Family coming up. And we're going to be going out one Sunday afternoon and meeting up with the Gonzalez Marino family and talking with them. Oh, where's she at? Where's that nutcase at? There she is. There's Janice. We're going to be talking to her and her family about their service. I mean, her dad's an Army, was a Master Sergeant, retired 27 years. She got two brothers, Jeff and another brother, Tommy, that both served in the Army. And then she's got two sister-in-laws. So then we're going to talk to her mom as well. Jay, we're going to have Jay on as well. She's going to talk about what a Blue Star mom goes through with all her children deployed and her husband. So that'll be good as well. If you're if you have a Blue Star mom, if your mother's a Blue Star mom, and you want them to listen in, that'll be a good one as well. But I'll have that one scheduled soon as they tell me a date. But that one will be called All in the Family with the Gonzalez Marino family. So that'll be a good one too. So I almost forgot to mention that one. So I'm looking forward to that. So once again, thank you for listening. I greatly appreciate it. And it's doing me a world of good. And it's like I can't build the Patriot knife anymore. I guess one of these days I'm about to post a picture of that, of some of my knives I built, because I'm proud of those. I really am. I miss building them greatly. I really do. A lot of enjoyment in building Patriot knives, and especially when you see them go at auction and sell for thousands of dollars, and you know that you built it and that money was raised to helping out veterans. It really feels good. But I can't do that anymore because of my health. But now at least I can do this and continue helping. So click like and share on our podcast if you would. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'm working on getting some shirts soon. We're going to do some grunt style shirts. I can't believe I don't have a picture of those. Let me see. Do I have a picture of those? I did. There it is right there. Let me show you this picture real quick. These are badass. Oh, yeah. I'll have these for sale soon. OD green, of course. But that's a new grunt style shirt I'm going to have coming up. Of course, Charlie Mike Military Apparel, they're going to do some new shirts for me as well for Patriot Knife Coffee. But these will be the new Vets and Coffee podcast shirts from Grunt Style. OD green, small through XXX, I believe. I might even get some hoodies for the wintertime as well. But those are my new shirts I have coming out. So that'll be cool. So those will be for sale. Now, what I'm going to do with these real quick is as I sell them, I'm going to do monthly organizations. They're going to be like $30 a piece, but $5 from each sale is going to go to an organization. Like I'll probably do Lone Star Warriors Outpost, and of course I'll do Camp Valor up in Conroe, that houses veterans dealing with PTSD and addiction. I'll do come next February for the hike for Vow 22. I'll probably do them for the month. I'll do the rescue for PTSD.org. I'll do them as well. But I'll check out different organizations, and for the month, I'll give them the $5 profit off each shirt, because these shirts aren't cheap. So I'm going to make a little bit, but it's going to cover most of my costs, because these things aren't free. That's for sure. They're expensive, but they're a good looking shirt, and everybody loves grunt style shirts, but that's coming up. So as soon as they're ready, I'll be posting them up for sale. Oh, all right, y'all. Once again, I thank you for listening. And one thing I always like to say is never let them be forgotten. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. As you can see, veterans and coffee are Tree's passions, and we want to make a difference in the veterans community. And with your help and continued listenership, we'll do exactly that. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. See you next time on Vets and Coffee, the podcast.